Talking about the first question.
Yeah, Ryan, you sort of got off to a slow start, but you had to be pleased with the way the team performed for the most part of the last 3 quarters, right?
What's that? I'm sorry.
You had to be pleased with the way the team sort of came back from a slow first quarter and played the last 3 quarters of the game.
Yeah, I don't know if pleased is the correct term. I mean, I felt like we played the way we were supposed to play. After like especially the first 2 series defensively. It's a credit to them. They came out with a really good script to start it. There was a lot of misdirections, a lot of different personnel groupings that they hadn't shown before, and got us in some mismatch problems. So we adjusted to it from a schematic standpoint. I feel like our guys kind of settled into it, played more aggressive, particularly up front and on the back end. And then that is a really, really, really good football team. And just kind of wore out there at the end, and didn't make as many competitive plays as we made, toward the middle of the game.
Ryan, the offense again, it felt like the defense played about 30 straight minutes of good football, and you got no help. And you've talked a lot about complementary football. What's going on with the offense where you just can't seem to get any mojo?
I think it's it's a twofold. One, I think, have they given up 13 points this year yet? No, right? I mean, that's part of it. And then, 2, we are paper thin at offensive line right now. Anytime you got to kick your center out to go play tackle and bring in your third string center to go snap the football, you're thin. I will say, I just told those guys in the locker room, like, I'm proud of the way that they fought. They know kind of the situation we're in right now. And I didn't feel like there weren't any mental errors. You know what I'm saying? They were communicating and on the same page, and they fought. So I think it's just twofold on where we are, just from an injury standpoint and playing against arguably the best defense in the country.
You implemented a new sign system this week. How do you think that affected your offense tonight?
I thought they handled it well. I don't think there was any issues in terms of communication breakdowns. It was just execution and getting beat on some one-on-one competitive plays.
How do you feel like the long touchdown in the third quarter affected your morale?
Yeah, that was that sucked. I don't know how else to put it. Just a communication error between 2 true freshmen. We corrected on the sideline, but yeah, that we didn't have a guy where we're supposed to have a guy. So that usually happens when you're playing against a good team.
Given that you changed things and obviously what the result still was, does that change your opinion on, I guess, maybe the advantage Michigan gained by doing what they allegedly did?
I mean, I was just calling a spade, really. In terms of advantages or disadvantages, it's just stating what happened. You know what I mean?
Did you think your comments would make that big of a stir nationally?
I didn't think so. Usually when you tell the truth, it's not like a big deal. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would say that I made breakfast Friday morning and got a cup of coffee and turned on SportsCenter, and I was on the ticker. I was like, oh, okay, moment. But again, I'm not shy about speaking truth, and if I could do it over again, I'd say the same thing.
7 losses now, you can't go to a bowl, Ryan. Kind of just talking about what's ahead these last 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, you got 3 opportunities, 2 of them which are at home, to go, build momentum and continue to prove as a program into the off season. Sinisi Kane, I thought, had a really good message after the game today, just in talking about, you never know when a streak starts and when a program flips. I think we got a lot of good group of core guys that will come back. I think we've got good momentum going into the recruiting deal this off season, and part of that momentum's got to be, showing up and playing good football down these last 3 games. We got 3 more opportunities with this group in the locker room, and after that 3rd opportunity, this roster will change, and so we need to take advantage of every moment and cherish every moment together. Not only in the practice field or in the film room, but out on the field on these next 3 Saturdays. It's great opportunities for guys to get reps and get confidence going into the off season and into next fall.
obviously you're playing to win those 3 games, but do you start to see what you've got with some of these guys who maybe haven't got as many reps in game-like situations?
I mean, I'm not gonna forfeit an opportunity to win a game, for, gaining experience. We'll say, like, Zion Steptoe got reps today, on defense. We moved, Armand Branch up from the scout team to the travel roster at wideout. And so, like, you might see things like that if they earn it. I'm not gonna just put guys out there to put them out there, but if they earn it, they'll get reps.
It looked like Jim Harbaugh kept the post-game handshake a little bit brief. Can you describe what happened there?
Shook his hand and came to the locker room.
Anything else for Coach?
Hudson's obviously struggling. It seems like when he has to move out of the pocket, and you talked about the offensive line issues, but I mean, you just got to tell him you're going to take a lick, but you got to step up there. And, when he bails out, it seems like his throws are a little bit off.
I mean, sometimes he has to bail out because he's about to take a lick. It can be. I don't know if anybody's played quarterback, but it is when you are standing still and somebody's running full speed at you. That is, you got to be tough. And I thought at times he played tough and physical. He got some yards on the ground for us. I thought he made the right reads at times, and we got to find ways to keep him upright, protect him, and give him some opportunities to push the ball down the field.
You had Michigan's quarterback somewhat out of sync, especially early. I mean, can you speak to kind of what you did to?
Yeah, we played aggressive. I think we got the 2 best edge rushers in this conference. So letting those guys kind of pin their ears back and go get after it. I thought we had a good plan on mixing up some rush lanes, and they're a really good offensive line, and trying to get them to pass guys off and get them to pass off guys that usually don't work with each other up front. I thought that helped a little bit, and just changing up, where we were bringing pressure, the type of pressures we were bringing, and trying to change up some of our tendencies that we've had defensively. I thought helped us out. Again, that's a really, really good football team, and they were 50% on 3rd downs, and I think they were close to 60% going into the game. And some of those I thought were self-inflicted. So, we got to get better, but I did think that our guys up front played pretty hard.
Anything else? All right, thanks.